We're live.
Are we?
Yeah.
It is just after 8:45 here in good old Fort Wayne, Indiana,
Eastern Standard.
on Tuesday. So that means we're recording another episode for you guys.
Cheers, bitches.
2D, 1D, Two Dads, One Dot. Go to the movies. Another movie edition. The newest installment of Jurassic Park just came out this week. So we decided it would be a perfect time to discuss the original one.
Because it's goated.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So like we did a couple weeks ago where we talked about Top Gun. And then at the end of that, we will tell you about spoilers. So we'll give you plenty of time to either turn off or be prepared. Because they are going to talk about the newest Jurassic Park.
Everybody dies.
It's a 38% on Rotten Tomatoes, so
Yeah.
you know.
Spoiler alert, we're going to tell you some stuff.
Shocker.
Yeah.
So we're going to give you, just another good old pod, movies, categories, all the stuff that has been made pretty regular over 2 episodes for you.
Yes.
But before we do that, Travis, tell us who this podcast is presented by.
As always, it is brought to you by our people over at MVP Lanes. Shout them out. Where everyone is an MVP, they rack them, you smack them. Your classic bowling facility, freshly remodeled inside Bruner's Pub, home of the Fort Wayne's first bottoms-up system. Collect 10 drinks and or 10 lunches. Get your lunch card punched, and with the beers, collect the little tab tokens. 11th one is on the house. Bruner's Pub, MVP Lanes. Shout them out.
Shout them out. As always, you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Google, Amazon, and now for your viewing pleasures, we are on the YouTubes.
Boob tube.
Smash the like, hit the subscribe, leave a review on all platforms. We'll shout you out, baby.
We will. And we
Without further
have.
ado,
With all I'll do.
Here we go.
With all I'll do. Again, it's crazy technology over here, people. It's a phone into a mic.
You good?
Well, we've said it before. I'll say it again. Musical scores, they're incredible.
John Williams
Yeah.
John Williams, shout him out.
Yep.
crushes it.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park.
Go for it, Dad. Bring us in. You bring
All
us in.
right. Bring us in?
Yeah.
All right, man. Two Dads, One Dut, the Hot Takes Podcast.
He found it. He found his
We
group.
found it.
Yeah.
Found. As always, I am your One Dut, Justin Dutteroy.
I'm 50% of the dads. It's not my birthday today. My name is Travis. Cheers.
I am the other 50% of the dads on this podcast.
Yeah.
The real dad.
It is also your real birthday.
It is my real birthday. Happy Flag
Happy
Day to
Flag
all you people
Day.
out there.
Fly 'em.
Brandon, Skirt Dad Brenner.
Anything but the W Cubs flag. Worst flag in the world.
It's
Hot take.
terrible.
Yeah,
Thank you.
hot
Cheers
take.
to that.
So we did get some reviews, some feedback from the world, and it sounds like you guys want just the worst and the best before any episode. So we're going to sneak it in real quick to get the PVOs
Yeah.
really low.
Uh-huh.
And
Apparently the last movie one we did not do, and that did not go over well. So I
Didn't sit-
appreciate you guys wanting to check in on us. So
didn't sit
we
well.
will give you
Checking
the
in, I love
updates.
Yeah, so we're going to go low, and then we're going to shoot the PVOs straight into the park.
Boom.
Jurassic Park. Pun.
Could've said out of the park.
So my worst. I'll go first.
Let me guess, old lady?
No. Stay tuned for my best. It was the day after the pod. So we had
It's a Wednesday.
an emergency, like the fire department had to come check things in our apartment, and usually they just have to go in our hallways, and it's like the universal space, so it's totally fine. Got an email that the fire department needed in our apartment, like the physical one, and that email was sent at 9:45 in the morning. Guess what time the fire department needed in my building?
9 o'clock.
In my room. 10.
Nice.
So I had 15 minutes to basically get myself together, and I was like, I'll just take this time to go run errands. Like, you
What's
know,
your little dinghy one?
yeah, can't do that morning wood.
Hey, boys.
Yeah, and so I leave, and I went through a weird phase where this happened to me before, where I just completely blank on where my truck is in a parking garage, and I spent what was probably 30 to 45 minutes just going all the way up and all the way down this parking garage because it was getting cleaned, so I had to park it somewhere just completely, off tune from what I usually do, and it was rough. And then I finally found it.
It's on the street.
No, it was in the parking garage, tucked away, nice and safe. And I get groceries and I come back. I'm locked out of my apartment.
Oh, because they locked it?
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? I totally get it from a landlord standpoint. It's just a nice safety. Like, hey, you're not here. We had to check some stuff. Like, I don't want to just leave your door open. Well, that was when I found out I was then today years old. I don't have an apartment key. I just have a fob to get into my building. So my set of keys that were donated to the lake last summer, apparently I did not replace the actual apartment key because for those of you that know me, I never lock the bitch anyways. If
Nothing's in here, don't worry.
Nothing at all. All this is a fake room.
Yes.
So yeah, I had to just sit in my hallway, my laundry room for about 30 more minutes to wait for my landlord to come let me in. And then I still just didn't even ask for a key. I was just like, thanks, Andy. All right, see you, bye. And yeah, so that's my
Probably
worst.
get one of those.
I'll think about it.
Yeah.
Next month.
Right?
Who
When
knows?
you get locked out again?
I get locked out. But I
get in again.
But I get in again. That's my worst. See, that's not bad, but I mean, first world problem.
I mean, getting locked out's probably pretty inconvenient for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm locked out.
Yeah.
Won't let me in.
So mine.
Akon.
And young Jesus.
Yeah.
My 7-year-old got her tonsils out last Friday.
Shout out to Parker. That
Shout out
sucks.
to all that free ice cream. That's how that happens.
Yes.
Was she under the juice or the gas? Was she slap happy?
No, they put her under.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I mean, overall, she's been a trooper. It hasn't been too terrible, but she's waking up at like 1 or 2 in the morning, and her throat's hurt. I have to give her medicine, and she doesn't fall asleep right away. And one of the nights, I think I got up with her at like 1:30, didn't go back to bed till almost like 4.
Barf.
And then last night she woke up again around 2 to like 3ish. And it's like, again, I'm not faulting her for it because obviously she's in pain. She had surgery, but I'm like, man,
Right.
the old screen has a little tired.
Hot take: 4 a.m. is the cutoff for where you genuinely start to consider just staying
staying
up.
up.
Just staying up.
Yep. Because you're like, you know what, 5? I mean, I just start early on the day, I
100%.
guess. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Did you go back to sleep?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Only because I'm on vacation.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. All right, Dad, what's your worst?
So, if anybody was on Snapchat last night or stood out their window, you knew a tornado freaking hit.
Was it an F5?
I think so.
It's 98 miles an hour.
It's a mile wide. Dorothy, we gotta get Dorothy. Yeah.
So good.
Dorothy would have folded.
Yeah, 100%.
These little sensors.
So, power went out in the house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it was a good thing I didn't ride with you last night.
Yeah, we went
and
to the
I took
movies
my
together.
keys, and I actually took my keys, so I wasn't locked out of the house. Because I usually just go in through the garage with the garage opener or the garage code. But with the power out, I was like, oh man, good thing I drove. And then
Your
the
worst is my best.
The estimated time we get in power back, Thursday.
You still have it?
11 p.m.
Yeah, I've heard 2 to 4 days. It's insane.
Woo!
We'll get into Mother Nature and stuff when we
As
get into
it's
Jurassic Park, but yeah.
98 degrees.
Hell of a boy
Cooking.
band. Dark Horse best boy band.
Cooking. No way.
Not
That's
even
a
close.
worse
You
hot take.
are my everything.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I've seen him in concert.
Good.
Couldn't have came at a worse time. No AC, just cooking.
For 48 hours, it's just
Yeah.
going to be a
That's what we were
Welter.
saying though
This would be
today at work. Is
a
like
barn
it's
burner.
talk about a crazy just like alignment of events. Like Mercury's in Metro retrograde.
Gatorade.
Gatorade. Like to be just hot for 3 straight days and the power goes out on like day 1. Wild. Blew my mind.
It's gonna be hot next week too.
Summer.
Summer, baby.
She's here.
We're here.
All right. Okay. PVOs. Now we're gonna go
Bring it
positive.
up.
Positive
Bring it
town.
up. Bring it up.
So usually, on this segment, I use it to roast people that
Nice.
come into our work and do stupid things, say stupid things.
Sometimes
This-
it's your worst, though, too.
That's usually your worst.
As I say, you don't...
That's what I'm saying. Now it's going to be my best.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Follow
okay.
along. Yep, there you are.
Well,
You guys are
terrible
with me.
explanation.
Well, you said I usually use this time
To
explain-
roast people.
To roast
and you're
people.
talking about your best.
My time being the worst of the worst and the best. It all works out. I get the wordage was a little vague. Anyways, my best was... So we get super busy, and when we get busy, it's the classic, like, the front of the store fills up like it's a concert front row,
Hell
and
yeah,
everybody's just eyes are beating on you.
Morgan Wallen's in town.
Hello. And it took me a while to get over it where you just kind of breathe. Everybody deserves their day in court. Help everybody the right way. Give them some respect. I had helped a few people, and this lady does the thing that usually you would associate with kind of like an angry or just like somebody that's ready to go. And she's like, hey, can I just like come sit over here at your desk? Like, I know you're finishing up, like, because I had just gotten done. And she's like, can I go ahead and wait there? And I was like, yeah, I got to throw some stuff away, do, like procedural stuff for, code violations and shit to make sure we don't get in trouble. Come back. And she's like, hey, so like, I just want to let you know, like, just the vibe and the energy you're giving off while you're helping these people. Like, we wanted you. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah. Thank you. And so she was like, yeah, she's like, no disrespect to your other coworkers. Skirt dad wasn't there, so it's fine. I can say it.
Oh, yeah.
She was like, it didn't feel like these other people. I was like, I don't know. But we're like, that fucking ponytail guy gets it.
Nice.
And so I was like, hell yeah. Putting out good energy.
Putting PVOs out there, man.
Big energy guy. Didn't know it.
Big energy guy.
Yeah, that's my best.
Nice.
Look at that. See?
All right, my
I can
best.
be quick. I can be
Guy
quick.
gets one compliment.
Right. Best of the week.
12 years, one compliment.
8.
No, so mine was just literally today. It's the birthday.
Hello.
I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
It was super hot, so the kids actually set up a
Sprinkler.
9-hole putt-putt course in the house
Fuck yeah.
for us to play.
That parties.
Yeah, we did that. We
You
actually... No, yeah,
What'd you shoot?
we didn't keep score.
No.
Piper won. Everybody knows.
She hates it when
Shot.
doesn't go her way.
Shot 10 under.
She's
Then
fudging
shout out to
the
the
she got some
sponsor.
mulligan.
Went and saw old AJ at MVP Lanes.
Give you
Got
anything
lunch?
Anything on the house?
He did buy my lunch, yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
People
what I'm
helping
talking
people.
about.
People helping people. Then Tierney got home and brought me a key lime pie from Paula's on Main.
Who's Tierney?
My wife.
My wife. It's nice to just tee you up.
Yeah. So yeah, just an overall nothing crazy, but just a good day.
Sick,
Is
dude.
that your favorite pie?
It
Key
is.
Nice.
Barf. You putted
From
around?
Paula's.
Smoked a pie?
From Paula
Yeah.
specifically?
Yeah. If it's just in general, I would probably go pumpkin.
Hot take.
Delicious.
Hear me out.
Do you need it only in season? Do they only make pumpkin pie in season?
I feel like that's when it is in season, but no, I could eat it all the time. It's like Bloody Marys. People say they only
Yeah.
drink it in the morning. I could have it at any time of the day.
Pumpkin
Pumpkin
pancakes.
Delicious.
Oh, yeah.
You get those
Those
at IHOP?
are goated out the back. No, they're in like a can. You just make them that way. It's nuts. Anyways, what's your best?
The
Different
puree-
pod for fall.
the
Fall
can-
and autumn.
The canned pancakes. Love it.
The puree. if you
They're
will.
pumpkin.
Yes, please.
Yeah, my best. If you guys were out this past weekend, then you know, little thing, La Tour de Fort.
Yes.
Got to go out there. Got to see everybody participate.
tour.
De foot. Honestly, I haven't heard any bad things about it. Like, there wasn't like so many drunk people out falling down on their bikes.
Right.
I feel like people kind of like respectfully was just like, okay, 5 o'clock, teeter it down or whatever.
They're starting
I
to
would-
figure it out.
What about rollerblades?
Honestly, I don't have a bike, so I'm gonna hook up to somebody. We're sketching, baby. We're sketching it.
We need to figure out how
Time
to
went to
bring
the hospital.
rollerblades should come back.
I mean, they started to come back. It's a pretty hipster thing coming back.
I want them back.
I would say like side by sides or rollerblades are coming back for sure.
What the fuck are side by sides?
4 wheels, like
Four
roller
wheels,
domes.
like two on each side, side by side.
That's bush league. I'm going pro. I want to jump in like
Inline skates.
grind on the rails.
You gotta get the ones where it's just like the 2 humongous wheels.
that. They have those.
They're even called roller balls. My sister had a pair.
See?
Fuck.
Just literally the front and back.
Good
Yep.
night, Irene. Okay,
So you can grind, dude.
that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Grinding is so tight.
Grinding
Okay.
is
Literally grinding on a skateboard, grinding on females, just grinding.
Grinding.
Grinders, grinder sandwiches.
Pride month.
Grinder salad. Shout out TikTok.
But yeah, okay. So those are the worst and the best. We did it.
We did.
Yeah,
We did.
shot them low and then we shot them high. All right. Segment
We're so
change.
fucking back.
Yeah. Okay. So
This is what we're here for.
movie time. 2D1D goes to the movies.
JP.
It is. It is not Top Gun. It is Jurassic Park. Oops, camera.
Did it again.
No, so it's good. We are going to go through our topics that we have come up with. We're keeping to the same tradition of Top Gun with one added one because we can't do, obviously, what we're better than Tom Cruise at. So El Dute here gave us a nice Would You Rather Jurassic Park edition, but that will be later. So first, I meant to look it up and I didn't, but I forgot that just like,
Have a computer.
I know, Jurassic Park is so, like, Spielberg is just goated for it. Like,
Yeah.
was that his apex? Because wasn't it like, it went E.T., something else, and then Jurassic Park. Like, he just had heavy hitter after heavy hitter there for like a decade.
I mean,
It was insane.
Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, I guess here, I could pull it up.
Yeah, the IMDb is pretty good for him, man.
Yeah.
So this was 1993,
Okay.
and truth be told, I saw this movie for the first time last night.
Honestly, that
Blows my
boggles
mind.
And I'm
Yeah.
39 years old today.
That's happy birthday.
I
You've
did
been
it for- I
blessed
did
with
it-
a
At least
great
you
movie.
saw it when you were 38.
Exactly, I did.
Never too late.
I did it for the pod.
Thank you.
Should have
And
did it for yourself, man.
Yeah.
so my initial thought
Did it for yourself.
was trying to factor in the time frame again, early 90s. Like Terminator 2 came out in 92, which kind of changed the game in terms of like special effects and things like that.
Right.
Overall, I think they did a pretty good job. Like in the time, I can understand why it was a big deal. Where you're like, oh, these dinosaurs look relatively real.
Yeah.
I think there was one scene where I was like, oh, you could clearly tell this is a set piece.
Right.
But I'm like, it's also 30 years ago.
Even still, it's the classic example of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles where do that, but now where it's
Make an actual costume.
bodysuits and shit. Yeah, it's like these dinosaurs, for all intents and purposes, to me look real.
Corey
Like,
Feldman or I walk.
yeah, it's like I could have, like, if I was on set, you know, one of the actors, actresses, and that T-Rex shows up, like, I'm genuinely afraid or have some form of fear creeping into my body.
That's why I didn't watch it when I was 10 years old.
Yeah, I gotta figure out, because I thought I was a bitch watching movies, and, like, everybody roasted me about putting pillows in front of my face. You are an even bigger bitch.
Bro, you see that?
Respectfully.
I want to say it was like a Onion article, where it's like Steven Spielberg and he's like next to the Tyrannosaurus Rex or the Triceratops.
Yeah.
And he's like, this dude hunted it, and everybody just goes absolutely nuts.
Love it.
About rich white dudes just big game hunting in Africa. Like they really thought the Triceratops
It's
was
like,
like the fucking
this is
rhinoceros
fake?
or something. And
Yeah.
they're just like, oh yeah, this guy just checking his privilege out here.
Like,
Leave the animals alone.
you just have
That's
to
how
know.
real that was. That's how real that Triceratops looked.
Okay, but no, so like even just here, pulling it up real quick, Jaws was in 75, E.T. was 82, Jurassic Park, or excuse me, Back to the Future was 85, Jurassic Park's 93. Like, dude, this guy just could not miss.
I mean, every 7 years.
It's insane. Like,
Those are 4 good movies.
yeah, well, I'm assuming some of these are like produced and whatnot, but yeah, it's just, he has the magic, he has the mojo,
Yeah.
and it's just good shit. But without further ado, the first category is
The YouTube moment.
there you go. Pull it up on YouTube. So we described it here as when you see a movie or watch a movie and somebody asks you like what it's about, what it entails. This would be the pivotal scene or moment for you that you pull up and show them to try and hook, line, and sinker them to watch it. So
Do you want me to go first?
yeah, go for it.
Sure.
That's fresh on your mind.
Yeah,
is.
you just saw it for the first time.
Yeah. So for me, it's going to be when they are in the Jeep and he's looking at the cup of water
Yep.
and you see the drops and it's just the T-Rex scene. That's what I wrote down. The
Yep.
T-Rex
Yeah.
scene. You see the eyeball.
Yeah.
It's just insane. I mean, obviously not seeing the movie. I've seen scenes of it throughout the course of time and obviously in,
Yeah.
other stuff. So I've seen this scene in its majority, I would think, multiple times. But yeah, I think when I think of Jurassic Park, it's just that.
It's gonna be that scene.
Even as simple as just a little cup, just bloop,
Yeah.
bloop. You're like, oh, okay.
You're like, something's out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
As a 10-year-old, I didn't want to find out.
well, so I'll piggyback because that's mine. It's like it's the first one that comes to mind right away, and I love the way they do it. Where again, it's the water, the thud, the ripples, and everything, and then they put that goat out there,
Yeah.
and it's just like, "Mah," and then the chick's like, "What? Where's the goat?" And then the fucking leg just falls on the top of their hood, and you're like, "Oh shit!"
There it is.
Yeah, and then he's like tinking on the electrical cords because he finds out they're not working,
Yeah.
and it's just game on from that point on. Oh, it's so good.
I mean, obviously, that's the best scene of the movie. So, yeah, that's also
That's-
my scene.
Clean sweep.
Yeah, but it's just when she, like, freaks out and then she turns the flashlight on and you just hear Dr. Alan Grant, turn the flashlight on. And the little kid's like, turn it off. And she just shines it out and the dinosaur comes up
Yeah.
and his eye just fucking dilates and you're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're fucked.
And it's so good, too, because then Dr. Alan Grant knows dinosaurs, like, very
Yeah.
well. So he gets the flare, gets its attention, throws it, and he's like, it's now going to be, it's a simpleton. It's going to follow this flare. 10 seconds later, fucking Jeff Goldblum fires one up, and he's like, I'll do it too. He's like, hey! And then he's like,
Stupid.
he's like, Ian, freeze! Just keeps running like an idiot, and then throws the flare last minute, and just, yeah. Oh, it's so good.
So, and I mean, I was thinking about this, obviously, as I'm watching the movie. I'm watching it, not just watching the movie, but obviously prepping for the pod, so I'm
yeah.
trying to kind of compartmentalize some of these things.
Dinosaurs are actually extinct.
No, I was thinking of it in terms of scenes. Like, if this wasn't an option...
What is it?
Correct. Like, I only wrote down 2.
It's that one, and then... Do you put, like... I love the fucking... Clever girl. They have to run from the raptors to the, like, control room or whatever. But yeah, I would argue it's just, like... It's not even a scene. It's just, like, the whole last, like... act where they're just basically fighting with raptors the whole time.
I mean, it's pretty intense for the last like 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at the time, I'm like, there's only 10 minutes left in the movie, but like we're still in it.
Yeah.
Like it's just kind of like we're going full bore until we get off this thing.
Oh yeah, because I mean it ties a bow on it. Like,
but again, not ever seeing it, I'm just like, what are they gonna do?
Yeah, you blink and it's over. Like the T-Rex saves them essentially, not knowing it because it's just an apex predator, and they're like, all right, we can get away now. Like sweet, and then it's over.
I would probably say. When they're driving in the Jeep and Laura Dern's not paying attention, and Dr. Alan Grant first sees the dinosaur.
Yes.
And then just rips her head.
That's
he's just like, look at that.
Yes.
And then you see the Bronchiosaurus, and he's just like, what the fuck? And you actually, for real, get to see the dinosaurs for the first time.
Yeah.
And
my dear Dr. Grant.
Right. And I wrote down because I think I remember it from like commercials and things like that, mostly for the dinosaur, not necessarily the scene.
Right.
But it's the one where is it Nedry? Basically Newman from Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where he's finally trying to get away, and he has his running with the dinosaur, where it's like his ear thing opens up. Like I remember seeing cartoon or like commercials of that
Hawks
all
loogies
the time.
at you. Just
That was my number 2. I was like, if I had to pick another one, it was that mostly just because of the dinosaur. And I remember so many commercials of that where he just opens up his face or whatever it is.
McDonald's toy.
Yeah, 100%. But it is funny you say that though, because I feel like his character has become very memeable, if that's a thing. So like he has a lot of very fun banter throughout the movie. You didn't say the magic word. Like his presence, if you will, it's minor, but it's a really good like minor role.
Yeah.
Like it helps a lot. I think when you rewatch it, you're just like, yeah, this is a nice, funny, again, like witty, sarcastic humor that the movie needed.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So there you go. Clean sweep.
Clean sweep.
Pull it up
on YouTube.
Pull it up on YouTube. One scene.
Yeah.
One scene. That scene.
Yeah. So then the Mjolnir moment honestly might be a clean sweep again.
Do you want to take a stab at this, or do you want me to?
The Mjolnir moment, for those of you that are unbeknownst, it is the WTF moment, or the moment that made you realize, like, oh shit, it's going down. So Thor's hammer is usually 99.9% of times only wielded by Thor, the God of Thunder. However,
up until this moment, it was 100%.
Yes.
No.
And then
Wielded?
with a clean conscience.
Vision picked it up in Ultron.
Sure.
Remember?
Yeah, but then
He
Captain
wielded
America.
I mean, he handed it to Thor.
Shut up. Captain America gets it at the end of Endgame, and it just changes the game. The crowd goes nuts.
Changes the game. The end game.
The end game. Mjolnir moment. 1 in a million. So,
1 in 14 million.
yeah, with that being said, I think my Mjolnir moment, I'll go off the beaten path just because I don't want it to be the clean sweep of the water in that whole scene.
It's not going to be.
I think it's when the kid gets just fucking electrocuted off the fence. Because you're just like...
He's toast after that, by the
Well,
way.
yeah,
too.
It's 10,000 volts.
Done.
And I don't want to be that guy, like, picky nits. You're like 25 feet up. So
I also don't think 10,000 volts is a lot of volts.
Oh, it fries you.
that would... Yeah, like,
I don't think he makes it to the ground.
You
Am
know...
I thinking of watts?
I think
10,000 watts?
he literally
What's a
disintegrates.
taser?
You know what the... Like
The taser's like 100,000.
So Jack Nicholson in the best Batman movie, when he's the Joker and he shakes his hand with the buzzer and that guy catches on fire, it's that. Like, that's 10,000 volts to me.
Okay.
So yeah, that kid's toast.
Scientifically proven.
It is.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just...
Any
that,
electricians out there verify this?
but that happens and I'm
How
like...
does he not just let go?
He can't. Once you're on it, dude.
No, I'm saying like before the electrocution, like all of a sudden he's climbing down and now he
jump?
just gets scared. It's like, hey guy, if you don't get off there, you're toast. I will either catch you or maybe your legs are broken.
No, I'll be honest. That kid was a bitch and he was being a pussy because he's like, okay, I'm going to come down now. It's like, brother, you've had all day. Like, they're screaming at you. This fence is coming on any second. He's like, okay, I'm going to jump. 1. And there's a... And I'm just like, yes.
Yes.
Sorry.
He got smoked.
Yeah, he should die. Like, if he would have killed that kid, that would have been nuts. Talk about a real... I mean, it was...
Dude, I don't think that movie could say PG-13 that you kill a kid.
Well, because he would do the thing where he, like, dies, but there's no blood, and they're just like, oh, no.
Shyamalan twist.
Yeah, doesn't have a pulse. Yeah. But yeah.
He didn't. He had to get CPR'd.
He did. Weird.
So my Mjolnir moment, or one that kind of gave me like the goosies or something like that. It was literally when they were in the Jeep and they're in the field, and all of a sudden he grabs her head, and you see the dinosaur for the first time, and it's the score. That's just that. Sure. And again, I'm putting myself in a place where it's 1993. Nobody has seen this.
Dinosaurs are
this
walking
done
the
in
earth.
Cinema.
It's literally your entire life. You're just like, all right.
Correct. And
Yeah.
You're just like, oh shit, this is a thing.
Yeah.
These guys, like, this is what their life has been about. Now they're like, oh,
He's like,
okay.
they
Which is weird because, this is literally like the largest dinosaur that there is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
nobody
don't
saw
see it ever, and all of a sudden he's just like, oh, hey,
They move in
there it
herds.
is.
They got on the top of the hill, man. They were all at the bottom
Ridiculous.
of the hill.
They
At the
do
top of
move
the
in
hill.
herds.
But yes, I was like, oh, wow, this is a thing.
Yeah, dinosaurs are nuts, dude.
Mine is at the very end when the T-Rex triumphs, dude. He's
Just-
fighting the Raptors and he's just beating their ass.
Because
Because you thought he was down bad, and then all of a sudden, this dude, you can't kill him, man. He is the Michael Myers of dinosaurs, bro.
he really is.
My guy is just not dying. Spoiler alert: he does not die.
In the newest one. Yeah, no, it is that moment to play off
And
of
he
it.
just screams, and it's like you see the museum bones of
Yeah.
him, and he's like doing the same pose, and
Yeah.
like the
That little banner falls down.
It's
Yes.
Jurassic
It was
Park.
good.
And
Yeah.
he's like, yeah.
Well, it's because you think in that moment, you're like, oh, these people are just going to get ripped to shreds by raptors. You're done. And as soon as it pounces, he's just like, nah, psych. Just picks him up, and you're like, hell yeah,
Well,
brother.
that second raptor tries to like jump on him and like get like in his throat maybe or
Yeah.
something. It's like, what are you doing?
Oh, and then he just does like the,
right.
It's
I
like
get
the
it, he's
little
got
kid-
tiny arms.
It's like
but,
the little kid that jumps on the bad guy's back, like in the movie. He's
Yeah.
like, me.
instantly
chokes
just does
him
it,
out.
pulls him around, just kills him. Yeah, love it. Okay, so the next one is El Dute's. A little would you
A
rather.
little, would you rather?
Yeah,
Uh,
break us down.
I'll start
Jurassic
you
Park
off with
style.
a very easy one. In the movie, would you rather be Alan Grant or Ian Malcolm?
I'm going to go with Ian Malcolm just because it's honestly one of those, like, his sarcasm just speaks to me.
Is that Goldblum?
Yeah.
it's Goldblum.
Yeah.
Be the main guy or Goldblum.
Yeah.
Like in the movie.
Could I put
Like,
Alan Grant's clothes on Jeff Goldblum? Like,
Nah, dude, you gotta rock the.
all black?
so like, do I want to
to
be that person?
Yeah.
Like for that movie?
Yeah.
I would absolutely want to be the doctor.
Alan Grant.
Oh yeah, because this was his life's work. Like
Yeah.
there was nobody happier on the planet than that guy when he first saw that dinosaur.
No, I got to go because why did he get to go again? Is he a doctor?
He's a chaos theory.
Oh, that's
so you
right.
have to, like,
Goldblum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we have? Okay, so chaos theory. Then we'll try and do a nice transition into it. I was genuinely curious with a Jurassic Park, like your Cedar Points, your Six Flags. What does their insurance entail or look like? Because I want to know.
There is none. The park doesn't open.
Well, in
but-
Jurassic, spoiler alert, in the second trilogy that just wrapped up, Jurassic World actually does open up.
Yeah.
It is an actual functioning park.
Yeah, and so that's where it's one of those to me where I'm like, what is that number? Because I bet it is gross, and
Oh,
I bet it's a per basis thing or like situations like
Each dinosaur, each attack is like broken down, and they're like boom,
Hack.
cut and check. There it
yeah,
is.
like has to be. But
this is what this is. This is our insurance. You could sue for more. You're not getting it.
Yeah.
This is already it.
because then what is it for roller coaster parks, theme parks? What is it like just
Oh,
for?
well, I mean, there's going to be some sort of waiver that's like, hey, you're taking some responsibility by entering into a park that has apex predators.
We ran the algorithm
Right.
10,000 times, and all 10,000 times you die. So please sign here.
Well, there's got to be like some sort of serum injected into these dinosaurs that are just like automatic. I press this button, you just disintegrate into pieces. Like something gets out of this
Nah.
cage, boom, you're done.
There's no kill switch.
Yeah, I was gonna say that kill switches would make a lot of sense, but I still think that's just too like
Too cruel. dude.
gruesome.
You can't
Yeah,
be
like I
cruel
think
to these living animals like
And
that.
we
Yeah.
brought them back. I think we did them a favor.
you get PETA or somebody would just
And we'll
be-
take. Hey, I brought you into this world. I take you
Exactly.
somebody would be on you like quick.
Well, I don't know if we're going to just have a segment or just talk later on about different parts of the movies, but that led me to think, so I don't even know what he is, the guy that's just basically funding and bought this entire island. So,
Dr. Hammond?
Sure.
Yeah.
So is he charged for murder at the end of the first movie? I mean, I counted 4 people got ripped to shreds by dinosaurs, and they just bounced.
The dude that left the kids was the team of lawyers to get the insurance to sign off on it.
Who got eaten?
Yeah.
So that guy doesn't come back alive. Can't
Correct.
imagine the insurance agency is happy.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
I would.
Somebody has to be liable for this thing.
Well, no, because
It
now
never opened. It was never functioning.
we'll have to pull it up and do some.
He owns the property.
We'll have to house clean
I'm sure
again.
like the
But
the
it's like-
raptor dude got paid out. Like it's his arm ripped off in the very beginning.
But it's what's the difference between first, second, and third degree murder? Like, aren't the second?
Sentences.
Intent.
No, but second and third is like if you're an alias. Like one of them's like an alias and stuff, right? Like he would be one of those, I would assume.
Well, somebody had to be responsible.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was
Hey,
engine.
Hammond.
Engine, right?
Yeah. Ingen.
Engine.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway.
What else you got?
Next one. Would you rather fight let me see if I can read this. Pachycephalosaurus,
Yeah.
the bonehead one, where the lines.
Oh,
the
yes.
rams.
The Manny
It's got
Pacquiaosaurus.
Yeah, the Manny Pacquiaosaurus. It's got the bone plate.
Yep.
Or you fight one of those, you get one machete. Or you fight 1,000 Composognathuses, the very tiny, like, basically look like pet ones.
Oh,
That
but they
just
like
nip
nibble
the
at
shit
you.
out of you? Yeah.
And the second one that just
Yeah.
fucking eat the. Oh god.
Yeah.
The,
Or 1,000 of those with a bat.
How big are these things? What are we talking?
They're probably
like poodles almost or
this
something.
big.
Man.
But they're just
1,000.
feisty. They're like feisty little like ratty creatures that have teeth and they'll gnaw into you.
Yeah.
I'm doing that one though. You give me a bat and I'm just swinging, just haymakers and just taking out just fields of them at a time.
Problem is that your stamina is going to run out.
Oh,
And at
yeah.
some point, if they get behind you and just start like,
Not this
You
guy.
gotta, like-
not this guy, bud.
You gotta
Called
like
adrenaline. It's gonna kick in. I'm gonna
you
beat
gotta
some
you
fucking
gotta
shit.
you gotta 300 it and just get you in like a narrow
Oh,
corridor.
you have
and
to.
then
Just-
you're just like, all right, so they're all coming at you. Once you get
Yeah.
surrounded, you're done.
It's a funnel system, and then you just take your time.
You have to get to the funnel system.
Swing for the fences.
I gotta take the bone guy though. I got a machete for that guy.
I bet that guy, the Manny Pacquiaosaurus, just runs at 50, 60 miles an hour.
Move.
And truth be told, I couldn't
Dodge
move. I'd be the thing where I'd be like, oh shit, it's coming. And then by the time I see it, it's like, boom.
So I'm supposed to believe that your adrenaline's going to kick in and you're going to be aware enough to take out 1,000 creatures, but you're not going to be on your toes enough to get out of the way of one?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
My initial gut would say take the bat and the smaller creatures, but I think the smart play has to be the one.
You get the machete, dude.
But here's the thing.
And this,
And then
thing,
you're
this
just
thing's not a
bull-
huge dinosaur, right?
No.
You're just bullfighting it.
The thing you guys
Oh,
don't
legs.
realize is with,
1,000 cuts.
no, with
Yeah, 1,000
machetes,
cuts.
cutting stuff's hard. Like, if you had to, if
No.
somebody was like, hey, you need to go cut this person.
If your sole
that's
goal,
harder than you think.
With a machete?
Yeah.
But if
It's
your
not a dull
only
machete.
offensive
People
move
carve
is to
through
just
the
ram me,
Amazon with that thing.
all I have to do is just dodge and kind of swipe you when you're
Yeah.
running by. But I can do that all day.
You sound like it's easy, but you don't go just knifing people. Like, you don't know what that is. I've swung a baseball bat umpteen amount of times. I know what I'm packing, and it's
Buddy,
a nice
if I'm
swing.
swinging, if you can have a nice swing with a bat, you don't think you're a nice swing with a machete?
My point
But
is,
if you can dodge a
not
wrench,
you can dodge a
It's a
dinosaur.
dinosaur.
You can dodge a Manny Pacquiaosaurus. No, my point is, different pod, different day. Stabbing people would be hard. Stabbing creatures would be.
oh
Stabbing
yes, I think it
things
would be
is hard.
way harder to like stab somebody than to shoot somebody.
You act like it's just like sharp machete, sword, hiya.
I
It's
think
like
I've
no,
played
that,
enough
that's not how it
video
works.
game stuff.
Yeah.
Have you ever hit somebody with a baseball bat?
Yeah,
Have you?
it's fucking awesome.
Who?
You hit a person with a
Like
bat,
a, whoomp.
You hit somebody.
Like I mean, you give them the pat.
so you haven't hit it.
Yeah,
Follow.
no. It's
I
the
didn't
same
give him
thing.
the follow through.
So you did.
Right.
I gave him a tap.
Are you tapping these dinosaurs?
I bunted.
Are you
Anyways.
tapping these dinosaurs?
I bunted him.
You tapping these dinosaurs?
No, what I'm saying is I can.
What was your slugging percentage when you played underhand softball?
200.
Oh, so I only got up to T-ball and I quit right away because up
He
to
asked for underhand
a
softball, bud.
couple summers ago, you
Oh.
played a little softball.
first game they wanted me to play, I think I went 8 for 10, and they were like, "Dude, fuck it, make this guy a regular."
And then what'd you go for?
Didn't go yard.
0 and 16
Yep.
as a
That
team.
checks out.
As a team,
No. I think
Yeah.
I take the mano a mano.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta take the one on.
I mean, I'm not taking on a damn T-Rex here.
No, you're not taking it. T-Rex.
Well, I'll do a
And he's a herbivore, dude. He's not a carnivore.
I'll do a survey then or something. I'm just telling you, it's really hard to cut people with sharp stuff. Like stabbing people's.
Apparently, it's easy to just decapitate someone with a baseball bat, though.
That's not what I'm doing with them. I'm just hitting them.
They're going to come back. You have to put all 1,000 of these things down.
You haven't seen them. You don't know. Like one swing would just take them out. They'd be done. Something would be broken inside them. Internal bleeding.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're done. All right.
I love how you just go, yeah, it's not easy cutting people with sharp stuff. I don't know what you guys are thinking.
Yeah, it's not. And what's the next one?
I think it's the easiest way to cut somebody with something sharp.
No,
Saw it off with a dull blade.
It's the classic, you think you can do it, and then somebody hands you a knife, and they're like, go stab this person. You can't do it.
But it's like you said, the adrenaline kicks in, that fight
I'm
or
not
flight. Like
stabbing him with a machete.
Correct.
I'm taking hacks at him. It's not one hack.
He's
I'm
running
not
by. I'm
decapitating him on
just sticking
one
the
hack.
machete out. He's probably going to run into it himself.
I don't know if I could do it.
Yeah, I'm like, boom.
It
one
feels
at
too-
the hind
it's too
leg.
mean.
I'm doing like one
Yeah, man.
barrel roll, one at the hind leg. And then guess what? Next time, boom. It's like
You're
a
doing
bullfight. I'm
the,
just cutting him multiple times, bullfighting him.
Yeah, you don't want to do it, but you can throw me in the Coliseum. I'm going to take my swings. I'm not just going to let you chop my
You're
head
going
off.
Morpheus from The Matrix where he barrel rolls and then just swipes the whole car or the whole truck.
right, dude.
So bad. So bad.
Shouldn't destroy the truck at all, and the truck just goes flying. Okay, yeah. So maybe I could see a barrel roll slice. All right, gotcha.
Classic barrel roll slice, man.
Yeah. All right, what
Watch
else?
any samurai movie. It's barrel roll slice.
What else would you rather? How many
Would
do you have?
rather? I got two more.
Yes, okay.
Would you rather Bryce Dallas Howard, young Laura Dern?
Bryce Dallas Howard.
She's a redhead. So would you rather?
What do you want me to rather?
Yada, yada, yada. You know.
The redhead.
The redhead
Yeah.
over young Laura Dern, dude?
Who's young Laura Dern?
The female in the first Jurassic
Dr. Ellie.
Park.
Ellie. Yeah,
Ellie.
fuck the redhead all day. That was an easy one. I love that chick. She's the one from Molly's Game, right?
No, it's Jessica Chastain.
Oh shit.
Love her.
Damn it. Who's the
I love redheads.
Who's the other one? Who are you talking about?
She was. They were both in the movie we saw last night.
Yeah.
The redhead.
She's in
Or
Molly's
Laura
Game.
Dern. Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Are you thinking about the main character in Molly's Game?
The chick,
Because
Molly?
that's Jessica Chastain. Molly.
Let me here. Watch this. I'm going to use the internet right now. Excuse me.
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Jessica Chastain. Yep, correct. I would take her.
That's
That's
not
not who he's talking about.
She's not an option.
All right, then I'll take the OG doctor because I don't know if this other person.
You
is.
just saw
You
her last
watched
night.
her last night in the movie. They were both in the movie.
She's not redheaded, brother. Hold on.
Are you Nurkin Furtzing me right now?
I think so. Jurassic World Dominion cast.
I am gonna take the redhead
So it's
because even a young Laura Dern, she didn't do it for me.
brother. She's not. You're Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
She looks just like the Molly's Game girl. The other one, the Chastain.
Yeah. So she's
The
thicker than a
Chastain.
bull,
Yeah. Doppelgangers. I'll take her. I'll take BDH.
Yeah, BDH with a clean sweep.
Yeah.
Get it?
Bryce Dallas Howard. Let's go.
Hold on, what's her name?
Bryce Dallas Howard. BDH.
BDH.
Yeah. Bryce with a Y. Sexy.
Absolute jumper.
Absolute unit.
Absolute unit.
Yeah. Sheesh. All right. What's the last one?
Oh yeah, but I'm taking her regardless.
Yeah.
Easy there, buddy. It's your birthday. Don't get too happy.
Man,
Put on
you
your
never
birthday.
know. We still got presents left.
Yeah, throw on your birthday suit, man.
I was
BDH.
trying to find.
Woo!
I was trying to find a way to phrase this. All right, so would you rather be on land and at some point have an encounter with a T-Rex? Could be good or bad. You could live or die. I don't know. It depends on your survival skills.
Yeah.
Or
Slice and roll.
be in the ocean and have an encounter with the Mosasaurus.
Land.
Land all day.
And
The ocean, we need a whole episode on it because
it's terrifying.
it is the fact that we've created.
I mean, it's an encounter. Like, it could just swim
Nope.
under your
You
boat.
don't
swim,
get it.
It could fucking crash.
it is this infinite pool that no matter how many people try to tell me we've searched it all,
No,
you haven't.
buddy. Nobody tells you that. Who told you that?
and
James Cameron in Titanic.
No.
and the fact of the matter is that if I
It's
go
literally
below
like
the
the
surface
first-
of that water, I can't last forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Below the hard deck. Below the water deck. Yeah, it's, again, the invention of goggles is just mystifying to me because nobody should want to
Plastic?
want to see 1080p underwater. Like when you can just see,
Buddy, I'm
In the
trying to see what's coming. If I'm in the water, I got to see what's coming.
brother. You want to talk
I
about
don't understand in movies when people open their eyes in the ocean.
No,
Like,
without
that's
going-
insane.
two left turn with it. When we went scuba diving and it was like
Brag about it.
No,
Can't hide money.
snorkeling when you're at the top, right? Is when you
mean,
snorkel.
Snorkeling, yes.
Yeah.
The snorkel has to be outside of the water.
So we did that. I want to say it was like the Great Barrier Reef or something. Brother, I'm telling you, when the water is like that light blue and clear and you go under and you can just see for what feels like miles, it's one of the scariest feelings I've ever had rush over my body.
Oh my gosh, but I
you
get
just
flack
get
for
up
not
over-
watching a movie. You can't
It's
go
fucking
underwater.
Jurassic Park.
It's just the water, man.
But it's real life. I was there.
Oh no, I get it. When I went, Tyrion and I went.
Oh yeah, I totally get it. Yeah.
Well, I think I was obviously clearly being sarcastic.
Ha ha.
Tyrion and I went on our honeymoon to Turks and Caicos, and they have like super white sandy beaches, clear. We went snorkeling like with a group of people.
Terrifying.
I didn't do it. I just
No.
stayed on the boat. I said,
You
"Babe,
thought
go
you
out
was
there."
getting the bins?
Oh, I was
I'm
like,
get the bins
It's
because I'm a freak out and just swim to the top as fast as I can.
yeah, and then
one of the scariest feelings of all time.
yeah, and then we went on a family vacation, and finally I was like, you know what? Everybody's doing it. I'm just gonna try it. And yeah, you see some cool stuff, but yeah, you want me to go scuba or something? Pass.
Pass.
Top 3 scariest things. We got to do it.
Water,
There it is.
water,
Decided. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Would you rather? Thank
Would you rather's?
Loved it.
I like. Yeah, those are BDH.
EDH, clean sweeping.
Oh, Bryce Dallas Howard.
Wagon.
Love to see it. Yeah. So then, instead of doing, because we're not doing better. Yeah. Would you rather? Bazzaro Jerry World. So we are swapping sexes
Characters, sexes,
Sex
changing
characters.
the game.
of. What'd you decide on, Screw? You just saw the movie.
So I just did the first two. I did Laura Dern.
Easy on the table, bro.
Sorry. And the doc.
What is that?
So in 1993, when this movie came out,
Who were the top 5 smoke shows
no,
in Smoke Bros?
the doctor, who I had his name pulled up here.
Oh yeah, here let me.
Doogie Howser?
Oh, Siri, shut the fuck up. I don't need you.
I'll search for
Go ahead.
BDH here now.
Well,
Sam Neill, Dr. Grant.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was 46 years old
Okay.
for the
Holy
movie.
shit.
Yeah, in 93. And so I went with somebody only because if I closed my eyes, I thought this person was already in the movie.
Okay.
I went with Pierce Brosnan because that's exactly who he sounds like. And it almost threw me for a loop as I was watching the movie. So in 93, Pierce was 40.
I could. Yeah.
He did GoldenEye 2 years later, so he wasn't necessarily like vaulted into...
Goated straight out the back.
Right. And I
Yeah.
was just like, I can see you playing this role. This doctor guy has a couple action scenes, if you will.
Yeah.
I would have enjoyed it.
Paulie Pierce. All right. No.
Pierce.
Pierce Brosnan. I said
And
Paul
then
Pierce.
for
Solid Pierce, baby. The truth.
Ola, Laura Dern,
Oh yeah.
she was 26
What?
when this movie aired in
She was an
1993.
old 26.
Hey,
Oof.
Watch
show some
it.
respect on that.
Well, we picked Bryce. We're
So
fine.
again, 93. I was trying to think somebody around that relative age. You know when they would have. She would have been 27 at the time. I went with a young actress by the name of Jennifer Aniston. Friends was 15 months later after Jurassic Park.
Interesting. She
So-
might. She's too pretty for it. She's
Yeah.
too
But
hot. She's
ye-
hot.
I don't think young Jennifer Aniston was hot.
Yes, she
Yeah,
was.
but she
Not
would've
like
been like-
first season Friends. Jennifer Aniston was not hot.
okay.
But I don't think she could have pulled off Doctor. You know what I mean? I'm looking at her.
Yeah.
It's not Doctor. And I'm not trying to be mean, but
No, like
I seen her in Leprechaun.
So
She
you're hot.
wasn't no Doctor.
Ugh.
yeah, rough.
Well.
You were 1 for 2. 50%. It's not bad.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Alright.
Some pass fail. You passed. I
What
think.
you got over there?
So for me, with Sam, is it Sam Elliott?
Sam Neill.
Sam Neill? Who's Sam Elliott?
Roadhouse.
Yeah, love him. Actually, that's who I'd pick. Sam Elliott. He's awesome. Sam Elliott to me is a guy that I don't want to say he has.
I don't think you had anybody written down, and you just stumbled into that.
I did, but honestly, he's a great pick. He's the guy that has miles on him, but in the right way, like just
It's
knowledge.
just his voice, man.
He's a good dude, and he's always rocking like a mustache or just some peppered ass beard, and fucking. He just looks like a guy where if you run into him, he's gonna give you something. Like you're gonna walk away going, "Well, now I know." Thanks, Sam.
Or maybe you're gonna guy this guy don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
I'm just saying, you put a fucking Indiana Jones hat on him, Give him some scruff.
You think he's Indiana Jones?
Bandana necklace. I think he's just as good as Sam Neill, whoever the other actor guy is. Yeah, he could be just as good, if not better. Honestly, it was a great pick by me.
It's terrible.
So then the Laura Ellie chick, she would be. I feel like that's one of those. Do you go like Demi Moore or something like that? Like we're gonna always pick like from the same like bowl, if you will.
I don't think we are, but okay.
No, or I would argue you'd give me older Hayden Panettiere. Yeah.
Buddy.
What's up?
Sure.
She looks like an adventurist.
Old Hayden. You can't go back in time with people.
She's not even old now.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Grown up. Obviously, we can't do 8-year-old Remember the Titans Hayden Panettiere.
You mean 8-year-old in 2002 when that movie came out? So in 93,
Oh.
she's not even born.
Negative 12 Hayden Panettiere? Yeah, no, I mean, because, I didn't really think about it, but that feels like a good pick, too. It's a 93?
It's
Yeah.
93, man.
I don't think you know any actors or actresses. from
Sigourney
93.
Weaver.
Of course you picked Sigourney Weaver, did.
Because she could do anything at that time.
She'd have been 40-something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I mean-
brains?
Brains?
I mean, she pulls off the doctor role, if that's what we're going
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, I stand tall with that.
All right.
Stand tall.
Yeah, Sam Elliott and Sigourney Weaves.
Terrible. I mean, you picked Demi Moore, which was his pick last week. You picked Sigourney Weaver, which was my pick.
Well,
On the
because I
last
spazzed.
movie.
I guess I should do more research
you
on
just
it, but it also,
stumbled into Sam Elliott.
which is a great pick. I
It's
think
not.
it's because I have to do more research
No.
around the actual year the movie was out.
Yeah.
I'll
Yes,
do better next
that
time.
checks out.
Yeah. Lesson learned.
Lesson learned.
Yes. Criticism. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, Duck, go for you because I guarantee you passed it to me because you don't have shit either.
I got winners, bud. All I got is winners.
Bonafide winners.
Okay.
Yeah.
Investors, you guys should.
Yeah.
Because I got winners.
Hit me with it.
Sam Neill, Dr. Alan Grant,
Yes, I
and
know.
as Robert Redford now.
I was going to say that, but that seems like a square pick.
Okay.
Square picks aren't bad.
Because you know it's good. Because you know it's good.
If I make a square pick, they're terrible. So just know that, and I will remember this moment.
Let me know when you make a square pick. Let me know when you make a square
Right, and the only reason that you get shit for it when you seldomly do pick it is because you're the only one that points out when it's a square pick. Like, you're the one that gets bummed out.
Erroneous.
So yes, if you pick a square, we're going to point it out to you.
I found out something today at work, too, where I think people try to think I'm stupid, and I'm not, but they just, pin me as the stupid guy, so I'm just like, get fucked.
It's because they listen to the pod.
No, it's because when we played
And
euchre,
we appreciate it.
we played euchre today, and I was playing out of my gorge, dude.
that's why.
I was crushing it. I was making moves. I won a
Any
hand.
story that
starts
out like that.
What's it called when you set the other team?
If you don't know the
Shut up!
the lingo,
Set the other team. My cards were 3 9s and like a queen and a jack.
okay. If your
Okay.
queen, jack, and 9 were the same suit, it's a pretty good hand.
No,
And you had their left. I mean,
listen.
Your partner helped.
No, he didn't. Shout out to Nick. Not. But it was insane. Like I pulled it right out of my ass. Set him. Nobody saw it coming. Anyways,
I don't believe it.
congratulations.
anyways, what are your bona fide winners?
You said
Dutch.
Robert Redford.
Woo!
Yeah.
1 for 1.
Hey, better than 0 for 1, baby. And
Go
Sharon
on.
Stone, man.
Sharon Stone, I think again is a square pick.
They're named actors and actresses. I'm not gonna name fucking Joby Giant. They're gonna be like, "Who's that?" Then you'd have an IMDb, and I'd be like, "I saw her in a play when I was at Phantom of the Opera in New York." And you're
Did
gonna be
you?
like, "Oh, dude, that's such a sharp pick." No, that's a stupid thing to say.
If she was good, she's deserving. We'll bring her on the pod.
I mean, obviously they're gonna be famous actors and actresses. So, it can't
But then
be
I
square
pick them and they suck. That's my point.
You picked somebody that wasn't born.
She will be born and she will crush it. Like if she was in them right now, it would make sense. Like
She
if,
had a chance to be.
if Hayden
and they
Panettiere
didn't
was
cast her.
the new pilot chick, like I think that would be a great role. She would suit up for that.
Oh no, you don't even remember that role.
Yeah, I just saw it last night. I remember it.
Oh, I think pilot. I thought you were talking about Maverick. I'm
Yeah, I
like,
thought
that
you were
person was
talking about the
barely in it.
Oh no, great movie though. Glad we saw it. Glad we did a pod on it. Okay, so Bazzaro Jerry, boom, done.
Nailed it.
Yeah,
Let us know the perfect cast.
Yeah, you guys let us know.
we picked all the best people. So I don't want to say fan favorite, but my favorite.
Yes.
You should be furious. The movie of choice, Jurassic Park, and what Fast and the Furious character makes said movie better. Would you like me to go first?
Please.
The square pick, but the most obvious, it is Dom Toretto. This guy would show up on the island as a guest, and he would all of a sudden, he'd look around, and he would just be in awe, and like he'd have to tuck his boner, because he's like, man, these dinosaurs, they weren't fast. He's like, but I'm fast too. I got a 10-second car. He'd start racing the dinosaurs, and I think he would take what Chris Pratt did, where it's like, how do we start a new trilogy and like entry into the saga, but keep to the same mold with like dinosaurs, and so he becomes like a trainer. Dom would do that, but he would legitimately make them like family. Like he would have like the dinosaurs move in with him, and like he would just have a house where it's like they're in the backyard, and he just like feeds them steaks and stuff, and then just like races them in his cars, and he would just do that. So he'd have like a drag race dinosaur park, and it's like you can go pet them, feed them, play with them, or you can just race them.
I mean, I get it because that was my initial go-to.
Yeah.
I was like,
And he's like, I don't have dinosaurs, I have family.
but if we're gonna get
He'd name one of the Raptors Paul.
even more
No, Brian.
of what the actual square pick was, because again, I thought Dom was just the outright winner.
Duh.
It is The Rock. And
Okay.
if you were gonna give me a guy that is
You mean Hobbs?
Hobbs?
yes, Hobbs.
Yeah.
So I just picture the scene where she's like, "Hey, I have to get to the breaker room or the whatever and redo the switch," and the guy's like,
Just
I'm
rips
going
his
with
shirt
her.
off.
Oh, and he gets like those 2 little shotguns out. Hobbs is pulling out the entire case.
He's got a light machine, an LMG,
Oh yeah,
a bazooka.
and instead of running, which is basically what they do for the last like 30 minutes of the movie, they're just
Yeah.
running away from the Raptors.
Yeah.
One's getting the people's elbow, somebody's getting something, and he's just like, "I got you guys."
Spoiler alert, Chris Pratt legitimately just takes a dinosaur by the throat in this movie. Like, it's about to do it's the float, like the thingy that spits loogies. Chris Pratt literally just necks it and just shuts it up and like chokes it out.
Nice. No, if there was a guy that belongs in just this world where nothing real is going to happen, he has to fight a raptor. He has to.
Well, and because
He
Hobbs...
punches the fucking bone.
Exactly.
Dinosaur, stunts it.
But
Hobbs has to be in this.
Well, hot take, I would argue it's because Hobbs, more notably known as The Rock, Dwayne, he's been in like 4 or 5 movies that are Jurassic Park like set. You know what I mean? It's the Jungle Book. No, the Jungle Book. The Jumanji.
Walking Tall.
Walk, great movie.
Journey.
But all these other ones where it's like he's in, the wilderness. He's dressed up like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like
it's-
he comes in at that final scene instead of the T-Rex killing that raptor. He just comes in and just throws a punch at one of their heads.
No, I
I
imagine
missed the boat, and he just comes back to
Yes.
save everybody.
he'd fight the T-Rex, but he'd like find a way to slide and like punch his knee and just
Oh,
like
yeah.
trip him or
It's all about the barrel roll slice,
the
man.
barrel roll slice. Yeah, I guess I could see it. Yeah, but I'm still going down.
As my initial.
Yeah.
I was like, no, it has to be Hobbs.
Yeah, okay, Hobbs, I could see it. Who's joining the cast?
It's Tyrese, man.
Yes.
It's
Tyrese
him
is going to make
freaking
every
out.
film.
Why?
It's him freaking out. It's a comic relief, man.
Yes.
Oh, man, these dinosaurs!
He's so good. He's going to fit in every movie we do. Tyrese is just going to make...
But
I
no.
don't even know his character name in The Fast and the Furious is.
What is it?
He's in a...
No, it's
It's like Raymond, I don't know.
no, it's
Because him and... Is it Tetch? That's ludicrous, right?
Tez, and then I was gonna say like Luke, but it's not Luke.
It's not
Luke.
No, so I would argue then Tyrese needs to be in it, but him and Sam Jackson, I think would like if they're both in the like lab rooms
Racist.
or the computer rooms or whatever. It's like
Tyrese was like in the Jeff Goldblum scene, like as the T-Rex is chasing him, and it's just him on top of the fucking clutch. Come on,
Roman.
Roman Pierce. Yeah. Oh my
I
God,
don't know,
dude.
that was close.
Luke.
Luke Pierce. Yeah, no, okay, I could see it where he's just like screaming and just hollering at like random shit. Okay, I mean that's just that role's gonna fit in like any movie.
That's great.
He's gonna be the one that's gonna be like, man, I told you to leave these dinosaurs alone.
Man, I said I wasn't gonna go in that Jeep.
I said they were going to procreate.
I don't want to take that tour.
Life finds a way.
Dr. Hammond, you're an asshole. Okay, so I think it's Dom.
Well, I mean, that's who you thought. That was your pick, of course.
But no, overall, I think Dom would win.
No.
Maybe that should be one of the polls we do. That
What?
could be an easy one for people to decide.
Who would be the best?
Who would
What
make
Fast
the
and Furious
yeah?
character makes this
What
movie
character
better?
makes the movie better?
Tyrese by a mile every time, dude.
Okay, so then worst and the best of
You
the
guys
movie
laughed at me when I put him in Top Gun.
Yeah.
because that doesn't make sense.
It absolutely does.
Yeah, I don't know. So the worst part for me, strictly Jurassic Park speaking, is you saw the potential of it, but it was like the ultimate what could have been. Like I would have genuinely loved to go to that park knowing I would have shit my pants the entire time. So like in Jurassic World, when it all like fully culminates, it's actually really dope because when they go to what we would be used to at SeaWorld where it's fucking Free Willy bouncing around, it's like an alligator shark dinosaur thing. And like it's
Mosasaurus.
yeah, it's the Manny Pacquiao-saurus. But yeah, it would be incredible to like actually go and experience that. The way they have it set up too, honestly, picking nit pisses me off with like Alan Grant and them and how they get out. The Jeep takes you on just an incredible journey, like in the heart of it. It's got a navy system, so you know what's going on. There's windows and sunroofs out the ass. Like you're having a great time, all things considered. If you're a dinosaur person, your boner is through the roof.
Yeah.
Like, so it was just a bummer that oh, AJ buzzing in mid pod. Sorry, brother.
Bring him on.
No, but
Hey, brother.
yeah, that was the worst for me. Was just not having it reach its true potential. Like I know it's almost like a corny pick, but it's like, yeah, just a bummer because I think the movie was great. Like overall, it's a great movie.
Yeah, I mean, so you're basically saying that your worst is that it didn't kind of complete what you thought it was going to do.
Yeah, like
Right.
the other
I
ones.
don't think there's anything wrong
Your
with that. It makes
worst
sense.
is that the entire point of the movie Jurassic Park.
Yes.
fell through.
Yeah, but I mean, because again, on the
The
spot.
things that made the movie great, you're like, I wish it didn't happen. It was just it went smooth.
Well, because again, I
The
mean,
lawyer signed off. The
again,
insurance
you guys
get
want
not banked.
you guys want to call me stupid and dumb.
No one ever said that.
You're insinuating.
You're
That's-
projecting.
That's literally what they started out the new trilogy with. Was like, hey, guess what? Now let's see what this place is like in action when it all the way makes it and goes
Yeah.
through. So boom.
So you would have rather had it been not like a test run, like the park
Yeah.
is actually functioning.
Like if you
and they
took
go and see it.
if you took the first Jurassic Park and the first Jurassic World and like put them together, I would think you might get the best movie. So like, say none of them had come out to this point, and you get the Chris Pratt version and the Sam Neill, all those old people, Jeff Goldblum version. So you have Chris Pratt training the dinosaurs like in the back. The archaeologists, the scientists are there too. I think it'd be a great movie. It's like leading up to opening day type thing, but opening day actually happens, and then that's when everything gets fucked to hell. Give me that.
On opening day, not day before opening day.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Opening day's a big deal.
So my worst, I had to narrow this down.
Okay.
And to kind of play off of what you just said, mine is how they made 6 of these. Is because
You knew after the first.
right, it's like, and I get like all these movies now. We know the canons. A romantic comedy, we're gonna have somebody find somebody. They're gonna have a great time. They're gonna get to a fight. They're gonna
Right.
break up. They're gonna get to. So we get the story.
Yes.
We just want to see it repeated. However, I just don't see any other world where I don't have a movie with dinosaurs. Something goes wrong. They kill people. We have to find a way to not be dead.
The only
Does the next 5 happen that way?
no, the only saving grace I would say is the storyline. The plot is not rinse and repeat, like word for word, like page for page. It's they have to like capture all these dinosaurs. They find another island essentially with dinosaurs on it. So they try their best to not just completely redo the same movie over and over, but ultimately it kind of becomes that every
So him
time.
like dropping that Barbasol can that has the embryos for them to like start procreating. That doesn't play a pack like in the second movie.
No, I mean it
I thought
shows.
that's exactly the only way that they could go to a second movie.
No, it shows them. It shows like that canister, but again, it's just the nostalgic thing. We'll get into it when we talk about the newest one, but it's truly just one of those like each one has its own unique storyline because then the third one they go to another island, I think, and it's just like, or they go back to the first island.
They go back to the first island.
Yeah, and again, it is the classic like you saw what happened. Maybe quit poking the bear, a la dinosaurs, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. No, my other part was when when the first kind of malfunction happens, like where the cars break down.
Yeah.
And then Sam's just like, "Yep, I'm just getting out. And I'm just gonna start exploring."
Yep.
Like that's not ever gonna happen.
Yeah.
You're never gonna do that.
Well, they didn't break down. They were just. He's like, this is fucking boring. Like, I don't want to go somewhere where the dinosaurs aren't out and like.
Like they've never actually interacted with real dinosaurs, but like when the one was 6, she's like, "Oh, what's wrong? Let me look at his pupils. He's doing this. He's doing." You don't know what he's doing because you've never interacted with one.
Yeah. You've seen the bones.
And they're like, "Oh, they fall when it hurts." How do you know that?
They research, brother.
Research what?
Bones.
Bones, baby.
Yeah.
Because they tell you how they walked.
Bunch of
I
bones.
mean,
bunch of
I feel
bones
like
together.
I feel like her specialty was that, like a veterinary, like animal. So like, she knows like you're sick, and she's like, okay, well you got like poison residue on the tongue.
I mean,
You're like,
I
that's
get
a
Let me
the
run
reaction.
through the
characteristics.
symptoms of like
Okay.
animal symptoms, and I
Yeah.
bet they correlate pretty closely to
I
a
was just like,
dinosaur.
oh, they're acting like they've been interacting with these dinosaurs for years.
I think it's just like anything
Well,
else.
that
It's
dude-
a dream come true.
The dude at the park probably was, and he was like, yeah. You know.
That's how much I understand. Anyways, there's a lot of flaws.
Let him live.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was your worst.
My worst of the entire series or the first?
Just the
one?
first one.
Just the first one.
Just the first one.
Yeah. JP. JP won.
I would probably say.
See, it's tough. Like, it's a good
I don't know
movie.
if it is a good movie.
It's a good movie. All things considered, with the premise and everything, it is a good movie. Holds up. The score is
Everything
great.
about it's good.
Yeah.
I'd probably be if I was like the kids and I got to that spread at the end and I thought everything was Gucci, and then all of a sudden the Raptors just like, and that kid's just freaking out. I'd be like,
Shaking
man,
jealous.
dude, I'm trying to smoke this Jello, bro. I've eaten in 2 days.
That's your worst?
That'd be my worst.
Not
Put
get-
myself in that kid's shoes.
Not getting your last meal?
Yeah, it's not being able to eat, dude.
Okay,
It's
so
called empathy. Google it.
my best.
She's a hacker.
Yeah, no. My best, and it just came to me. I think you guys are going to love it.
All right.
It is just the Jeeps. The vehicles in that movie, I think, are one of the most iconic things about Jurassic Park. The Jeeps that are tan and red with the dinosaur symbol on the
Why
side.
do I have the steering wheels?
Just in case.
What? They're electric. They're on a rod. That you can't
It's electric.
drive them.
Boogie, boogie, boogie. No, but then the other ones that are the green and yellow, I think they're iconic cars, vehicles.
Yeah. I think it's for the experience.
Yeah.
You know, like the safari at the
I get
gym.
it.
You're like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
exactly. But yeah, I love that. I think it's one of the coolest things. And the fact that you brought up the hacking thing makes me kind of remember, flashback to computers and just like everything he does. Like he's doing all this crazy shit like that's just really cool and interesting. So, yeah.
And like, not to
One
go
A,
back
one
to
B.
like the worst part of it, and again, I'm trying not to look at it from a lens of like 2022, where literally now one person can hack into something and just shut down an entire grid and all this. But it's like this doctor is paying this one guy, who basically is a slob.
No contingency plan.
Correct. It's just like you have to make sure everything's running at all times.
Please and thank you.
I don't think that's a thing.
No.
Like, come on.
It's called a team.
Right.
Everybody knows it in case
Back
some.
then? Nah, man. One guy.
In case Jimmy's on
It's
vacation, we're good. Yeah. It's like, eh.
But no, so to transition to my best,
Yeah.
kind of sticking with the iconic theme, and again, this is somebody that hasn't seen any of them up until literally 2 days ago where I watched the first one.
Dinosaurs are tight.
However, when he's going through like the gift shops, if you will, and you see the Jurassic Park emblem, and it turns out that turned out to be a very iconic emblem.
Yeah.
And it turned into merchandise, and it turned into just this and that, and you're like, oh, it's also in the movie though. Like,
Yeah.
you see that, and you're like, this is a big deal.
Yeah.
That's
Like-
what's on the side of the Jeeps.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, even though it's in the movie, you're like, no, this is just
Like those.
a huge deal in the lexicon. Like, everybody knows what this is.
And that's what I'm saying. Like those Jeeps, like the red and tan one, especially, like that doesn't make sense until you slap that logo on it, and then everybody knows what it's from. Every single person. Yeah. Or else there's like, this is a weird color scheme you got going on here, brother. And it's like, check the other side. Ooh, nice decal. Jurassic Park.
Baby.
Yeah. All right, that was your best.
I would say just like the CGI of that movie at the time.
It was
Or
good.
lack thereof, because it was great.
I mean,
Well, I mean,
other than like the T-Rex chasing the Jeep scene
yeah.
where they pick up Jeff Goldblum, other than that scene, I thought
Must go faster. Must go
it was so
faster.
fucking good.
32 miles an hour, they clocked him.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. It's a great movie. And that's a big pile of shit.
Yes.
So okay, he's just like,
Hold on to your butts.
yeah,
Hold
hold
on
on
to
to
your
your butts.
I think
Yeah.
that's Jurassic Park.
That is Jurassic Park. No, but now, lastly, but not leastly, we have to rank it
Rank it.
relationship style.
Yeah, we do.
For
those of you that aren't familiar, the ranking system goes as follows, Travis.
in relationship dynamic fashion, because we wanted to come up with something unique for us. So it's in theory like one night stands, dating, high school sweethearts, married with children, kind of, anything in between there. If you find it fits the movie, then that's what it is. To me, I think I would have to leave it at going steady. So for Jurassic Park, for me, the first one truly just holds its own, stands on its own, and it's great. I will always, more than likely, watch it wherever I catch it at. Like commercials, no commercials, don't care. I'm like, this is a great movie. The second one brings in Vince Vaughn randomly as just like a photographer, which, whatever. He didn't really find his niche yet, but like having Jeff Goldblum be the head guy, like it was still good, but there's something about just the first one amongst all the 6 now that they have that just stands clear and tall above the others.
Yeah.
And I think for that reason, like the other ones, if I caught them on TV, I don't know, but the first one just captivates you.
If The Lost World's on, I'm not watching it.
Yeah, like it's one of those, like, I mean, I've scoured for some stuff before I'm like, I guess I'll ultimately land on this.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first one, it's like, I don't know what I was doing, but now I'm sucked in for the next 45 to an hour because I would more than happily love to finish this movie and rewatch it.
Yeah.
So I think for me, I mean, again,
Just saw
seeing it.
One night stand?
Well, and that's the thing because
Dirty dog?
Well, you would think initially you put it there, but I don't think it was a mistake. Like, I'm not, like, regretting that I watched it, which
Buddy,
is...
if anything, you're the reacher and Jurassic Park's the settler.
Oh, get the fuck
100%.
out of here.
100%.
But, like...
This guy.
If I never saw it again, am I going to be unhappy? No. So, but I don't want to put it as a mistake because there were parts that I enjoyed,
Yeah.
the history of the movie, the iconicness of the movie. So I think I have to put it in like that dating scene where it's like, yeah, like I'll talk to you again maybe if it's a thing, but you weren't a mistake, but you're not any part of a serious relationship at all for me.
You're so misguided.
Yeah.
God, you've got a lot to learn about
I
relationships.
mean, you say that, but like, when was the last time you watched Jurassic Park prior to probably rewatching it for this movie?
I bet it honestly happens
for this pod.
like once a month.
That's bullshit.
No, depending on what streaming service it's on, it's one of those where you'll put it on as either background noise or something because it's just that comfort food. It's that you put it on because you know what you're getting with it, and it's not anything bad.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I didn't say I'm married to it.
Yeah, PVOs, baby.
I watch it all the time.
It's so good.
I do watch it.
Yeah. I actually thought of another newer
I get it.
analogy. To me, Jurassic Park is like seeing boobs. It just never gets old. Like, you tell me I get to
It's
see it.
not that good of a movie for me.
Well, it's because you only watched it one time, dude.
Yeah, dude, and you were scared of it for the majority of your life.
Hey, there was supports to do it. I'm like, you know what? I get why I didn't want to see this at 10. 100%.
Yeah.
And now
Those
I'm
kids
39.
are fighting those
But
raptors
you
in the
gotta
cafeteria.
imagine when you were 10 and you watched that movie.
I'd have been terrified.
It's
Yeah, 'cause
incredible.
it was so good because it was
Yeah.
so real.
I don't want to watch that.
Oh
But
my-
I'm just saying, if you put yourself back in that time period, you're like, this is probably the most realistic movie I've ever seen in my life. I'm never going to the zoo again.
Big baby alert. Yeah, I'm saying.
Hey, I remember I went to my first like sleepover at my buddies who had a birthday party. I think we were.
You told us you left and you cried.
Yeah, we watched it.
It's a weird sleepover to have, but either way, like, where's the 64 at? I don't know what you
Where's
guys
the
do.
fuzzy Skinemax? Why are you not trying to...
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Like,
I'm
hey, you
like,
could have saw a boob. You could have
No.
saw Jurassic
I don't
Park.
do horror movies in general.
My point is,
I watched Halloween just for this damn podcast.
anytime you see boobs, it's awesome. Like,
Evil
Yes.
Dies Tonight.
any evil anybody
He
will,
does it.
any guy
Spoiler.
that sees a pair of boobs just yabos in your face. It's a great time.
Who's harder to kill, Mike Myers or the T-Rex?
I'm telling you, dude. It's the T-Rex. Because he's good.
Yeah. Mike Myers just
He
can't die, though.
low-key just comes out and just saves the humans all the time.
He really does.
Yeah.
Talk about a...
He's like eating the bad ones.
Yeah.
He knows.
He's an apex
senses it.
predator that has a
He's a what?
A soul. An apex predator?
He's an asex predator.
Yeah, he's an asex predator.
He doesn't get up with anybody.
Yeah, but that's what I would say. It's like seeing boobs.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
One time, 600 times, doesn't matter.
I
Good.
loved it.
If you had to rank all 6.
In boobs?
No.
Oh, no. So I would
Like
go.
There has to be a dramatic drop off between this and any of the other ones, correct?
Yes.
I would argue it goes.
Yes.
Oh, you mean any of them to the first one? I thought you meant the first trilogy
if
and
you
the
had to
second
rank them,
trilogy.
just
1 through
the-
6.
if you had to
If
pick
you had to
the
rank them 1
second-
through
Yeah,
six.
one
Jurassic
is
Park movie.
again. One is at the
Head
top of the
and
Sears
shoulders.
Tower. The others are in the lobby,
Yeah.
just hanging out waiting.
That's so bad.
Yeah, but
I
again,
don't know, dude.
well,
I like Jurassic World, the first one.
so did I. And so now to transition into the newest one because
Spoiler alerts.
none.
No, we're
No,
gonna give you some.
nobody pivotal died, which I thought was weird. But again, we talked about it. It's at the end of the day a kids movie, so you don't really get your like rocks off by killing a main character.
Yeah.
Or there's no benefit to
Is it done though?
No. Oh, is it done? Yeah, I think so. I don't know, but
So it's just, if you saw at the end of, it picks up like basically, I would say like a year or 2 later after
The fifth one.
Fallen
the
Kingdom.
fifth one, the Fallen Kingdom, like lets off and like all the dinosaurs escape like this thing, and now they're just roaming.
So it's like news
Earth.
broadcasts are like people and dinosaurs coexisting.
Yeah.
What do we do?
But then it just
Blow
like
them up.
absolutely erupted, and all of a sudden there was like the biggest black market for dinosaurs in the world. So like dinosaurs are just getting exchanged left and right, and you're like, I thought one company only had this
Yeah.
technology and everything, and then now all of a sudden everybody has this technology and it's just making dinosaurs and everything.
I would argue for the movie's benefit that they did what The Boys does really good, the show on Amazon, of giving you true corporate America's like if superheroes existed, like it's so great how they pitch it. I think that's exactly what happened with dinosaurs.
Oh yeah.
People would just start like bidding on them, selling them on eBay and shit. Like
So
it
is
would
that
get-
how like all the other movies go about? Like it's the same premise. Like people are creating these dinosaurs
No.
based off
No.
of old DNA.
I would
So
argue
you
the
go-
first trilogy is better than the Jurassic World trilogy.
way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yes way.
No way.
Jurassic World Park 3, are you nuts?
Yeah.
But to answer my question,
What's up?
so
No,
how are they
so-
creating dinosaurs for the rest of the movies?
So in the very first one, you learn how they're created, and then in the second one, he basically had a second island where they were just creating the dinosaurs but storing them on a second island.
Gotcha.
So he always had backups in case a dinosaur died. He's like, bet,
Bring them in, fly
bring
them in,
this one in.
put them on boats.
So there was a second island, and then everybody found out about it, and they were like, bet, I gotta steal these fucking dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Third one, some kid is like parasailing next to the original island, trying to see dinosaurs. It was like a parasailing tour, and like hopefully you could see dinosaurs.
Their
Long
boat
story
gets
short-
fucked up by
Long story short, I don't know how it happens, but the boat gets smoked by an ocean dinosaur that you don't get to see yet.
so he
and then
has
the
to
kid
fly.
he basically is just like with the parasail and
Yeah.
the
Oh
parachute.
my, I
and
couldn't
just-
think of a worse. That would be my nightmare.
And then he
Yeah.
lands in the island, and then he ends up surviving by himself.
Yeah.
Scenario
So-
1, I land in the ocean. Scenario 2, I land on an island with dinosaurs.
Scenario
Yeah.
2.
I'm just punching my face until I hit one of them.
No, scenario 2. All
So
day.
then it's like
All day.
the second one brings back Jeff Goldblum, the third one brings back Alan Grant,
Yep.
and then it goes into Jurassic World, which is like makes it seem like it's so much further in the future.
Yeah.
And then the park's like actually running and it's actually going, and then BD Wong goes ahead and creates a new apex predator. And
Yeah.
He's just like, bet, look what I did.
Like,
Freaking
legitimately, the whole premise of the very first one, Jurassic World, is, rinse and repeat where the dinosaurs get out, but it's the whole plot was the park's up and running. The apex predator they create can like go cold-blooded or like
it
warm-blooded.
like camouflage itself.
So they think it's not in his cage anymore, and then all of a sudden they like shut stuff
They
down. or
open
to-
it up and
to
then
check.
he just runs out. And
Yeah.
then they're just like, oh fuck.
And it's just the classic like
Pass.
animals, creatures like these predators, like they just adapt to their environment, and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna figure this out, and then I'll just outsmart you. So thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want nothing to do with it.
Yeah. And so then honestly, Fallen Kingdom, I forget what that one was. It just the volcano erupts or whatever, and like more
Yeah.
dinosaurs fly out of it.
Yeah,
Fucking
well, no, the volcano's going, and so
Out
they're
of the
like,
way!
so then they're like, hey, we have to go save as many dinosaurs as we can.
yeah.
And then some other dude was like, hey, we got to go steal as many dinosaurs
Yeah.
as we can.
It's just
And they're like, hey, you shouldn't be doing all that. Da, 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 da. And they're just like, all right, whatever. So they bring all these dinosaurs to this house. This dude's selling them on the black market. Lo and behold, oh shit, there's a clone little girl.
oh yeah.
So like
weird.
they take the technology, and apparently Hammond had a partner, and the partner's daughter cloned herself.
Ugh.
It was a weird. So what I was gonna say from last night, because Dutch likes to sneaky keep things close to the vest or the chest, whatever the saying is, because I didn't know what your true like vibe was with it. I thought for the first half it was arguably like above average to a good movie.
Yeah.
Like the scenes were great, like the action scenes with the dinosaurs, I thought they did really well. But then I think I told him on the phone today when we were talking, it hits that third act, man, and it's just nostalgia overload.
Yeah.
Every scene
100%.
is like it's recreating the kids running and like shutting the door on the raptors. It's just the three main characters are like standing in this almost like spotlight scene with their like original outfits on. They're getting all stuck behind a car while the T-Rex is, and it's like there's just 8 or 10 of you here. Like the T-Rex should eat one of you by default. There's so many, and it paid way too much homage to where we started arguing and debating of the nostalgia is awesome, and it's like it pulls people in. It's a money grab, but when you really look back and think on it, it's like try to just give me something unique again with the Jurassic, what's that, the universe involved.
Yeah.
But don't do this whole like we're just gonna give you every single thing that's already happened, but once over with like new people involved.
So here's the part
Or
that
twice
I didn't
over.
get. So it was like, so at the beginning of the first one, you see Newman, and he's sitting there eating
He's
his
in it?
food, and then the sneaky guy comes up in the very first one.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
And he comes up and he's wearing the hat and he's like, Dotson's here.
Yeah. We got
Dotson.
And he's like, yeah, see, nobody cares. So that dude, I don't know if this is the same guy, but I'm 100% sure it is, just grows up to be like
The head,
Mark Zuckerberg. Like he's just like, now all of a sudden he's a fucking genius, and now he's creating like the engine, but he has his own and it's Biosyn.
yeah,
And he somehow at the end, you see it, he has the Barbasol can that just gets absolutely encapsulated by mud, and you're just like, yeah, nobody's ever gonna find that can again.
Ever.
Yeah.
And the stuff in it's going to be bad.
Yeah,
And
but now this dude has it, and you're just like,
is this Dotson?
it's Dotson, and I'm just like, because the dude's like Dotson, and he says it again, Dotson, and I was like, this can't be the same dude, because that dude is like a nobody, and now all of a sudden
Yeah.
he's the smartest man in the world
It was like
running this multi-billion-dollar company.
it was such a vague and like loose connection that it didn't hit the way it should.
Yeah.
Where it was like,
It should have hit way harder.
yeah,
The
like,
Illuminati.
well, no, this guy was literally the one making, what's his nuts? That was the
Yeah.
hacker guy, their whole program
He's
systems
literally
guy.
like 45 minutes now is it, or else the
Yeah,
everyone's
but he
done.
steals every type of dinosaur they had and gave it to now this guy in the 6th movie. That should have been a huge like correlation plot thing, and it wasn't. Like I didn't
Yeah.
even pick up on it. That's how minute it was.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So, if I think it's safe to say that anytime a
Dinosaur.
series, a trilogy, a show ends, no one's ever really happy. It always, oh, that was terrible. This ended bad. This ended poorly. Like it's very hard to land the plane for the
I'm
majority of the
telling you,
audience. So
the
if there-
Dom Toretto correlation, that's a thing now.
if this was
The way it ended, it could 100% be a thing.
so if it's
Wait,
not though,
how?
hold on. If it's not though,
because they are.
Because now
Go ahead, sorry.
dinosaurs are just
and
in
this
the
is
world now.
and this is the last Jurassic Park that there is, which it won't be because it'll be a money grab.
Yeah.
because it's a huge name. But if it is, did it end okay? Did it tie a bow? Was there enough closure where you could say, okay, I get it?
I think they all kind of undercover just end the same way, and I'm
I
over
think
it.
ended exactly the way
They're all still alive.
the way Jeff Goldblum said it was, and he was like, "Life's gonna find a way,"
Yeah,
and then we just have to learn to live with
live with it. Yeah,
Chaos theory.
Well, because now my thing, which I hope it keeps like playing a part into like our movie episodes we do, I genuinely think the Mission Impossible movies, which it could be a heavy bias, I don't know, they're doing it right. So I have to rewatch MI 1, 2, and 3 to really like get a hone in on it. But they're getting better as time goes on, and they're not doing these insane nostalgic grabs from the first ones. they're just writing their own unique things. And I don't know if that's because it's like you're an agent, missions, like you can make it, you can
make it whatever you want.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I was asking, like, if this was the end, because normally you
Yeah.
do this nostalgic tie-in when we don't plan on making any more of these things.
And I think if they end it like that, because they ended it very like the way they showed it, it was just like our animals like regular now, just like cohabiting with
the dinosaurs.
So it was like once the pterodactyl took off, all the birds followed the pterodactyl. Like the ocean monster was just swimming with the whales. And I'm like, buddy, they're gonna eat. Like, he's gonna eat you.
Everything was just at like weird peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like horses were running, like the Chris Pratt scene where like he's just like herding those dinosaurs. I don't know what they're called.
Yeah.
But then there's just like wild stallions at the end, and they're all running together.
I think that was the Manapacquiaosaurus.
That's not the Manapacquiaosaurus.
It looked like one, but
It's a sweet band.
I think it's one
Wild
of those.
Stallions.
I forgot that there was that article where it says that Jurassic Park and the Fast and the Furious are in talks to like blend together.
Puke.
And it's just insane to me that that's a real thing.
You should be furious.
Boom.
Wordplay. So that's it.
That's it.
I think I'm good with it.
Well, I guess you didn't see the movie, but if you wanted to give it, so we'll do the pizza. How many slices out of 8?
Slices out of 8. Honestly, I'd give it like
That's too high.
a bite out of 6.
A bite out of 6.
Bite into the 6th slice.
So 5 and a bite.
5 and a bite.
I was gonna say 4 and a bite. I think it's one of those like it exceeded my expectations for the first half of the movie, and then it was ironic that the nostalgic part that you almost were waiting for and anticipating just did not land because they just kept hitting you with it everywhere you looked.
Yeah, it was every
So,
single thing.
so what's better though is the first 2/3 bad, and then they just absolutely knock the final act out of the park, or the first 2/3 is really good, and then it just shits the bed
Because it proves my point.
I'm saying, which way's better?
The second one, like they did a great job of just making a new script, and then at the third act, they're like, all right, so every scene from like all the original one, like we're just gonna redo it with these characters.
Yeah.
And I was like, please don't.
Right, so like if the first like hour of the movie's bad, but then the next like 40 minutes they just crush it, that's better or not?
You keep saying it weird, so like the first 2/3 of the movie's good.
Right, but that's what this movie was.
Correct. So what are we arguing about?
Because
Would you rather have it this way?
Yeah,
or
you're
the
making
other?
it sound like it's not that good, but
Would you rather
it's
have
the
the
way that
first
you wanted it.
2/3?
I gave it 4.5. Bite out of 5.
It's barely over half.
I'm a tough grader. What can I say? I got to keep the bar right where I need it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying. 4.5. Bite out of 5. Wait, 4.
You can't say 4 and
Yeah,
then
4,
a bite out of 5.
4 bite out of 5.
Yes,
There
4
we
and
go.
a bite.
Yeah, that's it, people.
It's Jurassic Park.
Episode
is.
45.
Woo!
Go see it.
Please
Let
and
us know
thank
what
you.
you think.
Yeah, dinosaurs, are they cool or are they not?
They're not.
Are dinosaurs back?
Shouldn't be.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
They should be. So you guys read the article where they actually found like a fully formed dinosaur embryo?
Hope not.
Shocker.
not either.
Shocker.
Nope.
Ugh,
Yeah.
We're about to live in it. Why
Yeah.
do you think I keep making the movies?
Send us out.
Yeah.